First, before I talk about that, I also want to answer his question that he asked me earlier. What people don't understand, and that is what people like us are agitating lately, is people must understand the laws of the game, understand the principles behind it, so that way when a referee takes a decision, they'll be able to appreciate it. Now, there are considerations for every action the referee takes. There are considerations. There are lots of them, and that's why sometimes, having been a referee, retired referee, I hold referees with high esteem because it's not easy. During our time, they will tell you, or before our time, they will tell you in the opinion of the referee. At the point when this process of CAF process that I talked about started, they started eliminating in the opinion. They start giving you considerations that you must follow. So your opinion could be different, his opinion could be different. But when there is a guideline, there are considerations. You follow the same consideration, you follow the same consideration, I follow the same consideration. At the end of the day, different incidences, the same decision. You understand?
What if the consideration seems biased?
No, the consideration cannot be biased because it was made available before the game. Okay. For instance, if a ball hits the hands of a defender, there are considerations that you follow to judge. But if it hits the hands of an attacker, it's a foul. It's a handball. Okay. Why? Because the attacker, yes, because the attacker benefits directly and scores a goal. Yeah. But a defender, you now start considering the distance where the ball was kicked. Did the ball bounce off the body? Yeah. Do you understand? There are a lot of considerations. So people must understand these things so that they'll be able to appreciate.
So in that case, we say the distance.
Distance is important when it comes to a defender, because from why this distance is part of the consideration is like between this distance. If I kick the ball straight to him, because we've seen in the past where an attacker tries to beat a defender, the defender is maybe bigger or something, place the ball into the hands of the defender directly, and the defender has no opportunity without a short distance to remove his hand. So you can't penalize because the attacker is trying to cheat, and we are giving the attacker the opportunity to cheat. Do you understand? Do you understand all those things? Yeah. But what if that ball hits the hands of the attacker? It's a foul. You don't consider that distance.
It's like that of the Osimhen case that the game was ruled out.
Do you understand? So these are some of the things. So people must understand. And for every incident, like people have seen offside situations. You understand, where you see an offside, tight offside situations, the assistant referees have been advised, like, okay, if there is a tight situation, allow play to go. When it goes, VAR can review. Do you understand? Then you come back to it. Even if you need to be 100% sure for you to penalize. Why? If you punish for an offside, and eventually it's not an offside, you can't restore back the advantage to the attacking team. But even if they score a goal, and you will now review and see that it was an offside, you can disallow the goal. You understand? Yeah. So these are things that people need to understand, and that's why I think it's important we begin to do education for the teams, for the administrators first, for the coaches, for the players, for the fans as well. You understand? Yes, very, very important. And okay.
Sorry to cut. I want to bring something to your notice.
Yes, sir.
I'll take us a bit out and bring us back to the AFCON. Man City. When that ball was played in and Rashford ran for the ball, and then right in front of the ball, after making Akanji slow down, Fernandez came, took the ball and scored, and they said it was a goal. That Rashford didn't interfere with play. When Rashford actually ran for the ball and stopped Akanji from making that move. We had the same case in the AFCON, and the goal was disallowed because they said the guy interfered with play. Funny thing is now, the guy that was said to have interfered with play was far away from where the ball went to. This is where the ball was going to. The guy ran this way, and the ball ended up with somebody else there. They picked up the ball, square played for somebody else to score. And then I was trying to look at this are not the same case scenario.
Okay, if I want to talk more on that, you understand? I'm one of those people that of the school of thought that I don't use English Premier League for comparison anywhere. Yes. Sorry, I don't use them because they have their own mindset. They have something they want to sell, and they are selling it. You understand? And it's giving them, they're the best league in the world. There is nothing we can do about it. You understand? They're making their money from it. They're doing their business. They're empowering their people. Everything is working for them. You understand? It's their project, and they are working on it very well. Now, talking about interference, for you to penalize for offside, you must. There are things that are, before now it used to be 3 basic things that you must look out for. Then we'll start with consideration. We'll start bringing additions. So I will talk about getting advantage from your position. Being an offside position in itself is not an offense. being in an offside position in itself is not an offense. For you to be penalized for being in an offside position, you must gain advantage. So the ball goes, you are closer, and that's gaining advantage, interfering with an opponent or interfering with play. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You've seen an instance, and to talk about these last two, a ball is played, your player is in an onside position, he makes a move for the ball. Your player who is on onside position makes a run for that same ball. You give advantage to see who plays first.
Yes.
Who plays first? If the one in onside position plays, play goes on. If the one in offside position plays, offside. Now, where the player in onside position who is also running for the ball and he has a teammate who also have an advantage to get to the ball, interferes, distracts. Now, when we're talking about interfering now, distracts, prevents an opponent
Defender.
from getting to the ball. You penalize for getting advantage for interfering with opponents. These are things people need to understand. You understand? And because people don't understand some of these things, they begin to make comparison. Football rules and regulation is not like court cases where you make reference to one judgment from another court and use it as a, you understand, as a defense in your own case and all those things. But this is practical, and that's where we say consideration. And you talked about consideration not being fair and all that. And I said no, it's not about not being fair. Consideration is for everybody. It's just to make the work easier for everybody.
Sorry, hold on a bit. Let's hear. Hello, good morning.
With all due respect to the NPFL gentleman in the studio, I know you are trying to do your job, but there is a point that the gentleman in the middle raised. I do not think the referee that officiated the match between Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau was fair enough. There were instances where she should have given cards, but she didn't. Rather, she was penalizing the Nigerian players for the action they took. Look at Onyeka, for example. Onyeka got a yellow card because he was fouled, and the ref looked the other way as if nothing happened. So he now retaliated, and he got a yellow card for that. That's one example. Another example is Ola. He almost fought in the pitch, and the ref didn't do anything about it. Why? In fact, he almost got slapped by the Guinea-Bissau defender, and it almost led to a fighting scene there in the pitch. The ref didn't take any concrete stance on that issue. So I don't know. I can go on and on mentioning some of the things that happened on that pitch that I feel the ref was not considerate about.
Thank you.
Just shed more light on that.
Thank you. Thank you. Excellent. So over to you, Mr. Providence.
Okay, thank you, Musti, for the observations you raised. Now, there are things also that when I talk about education, referees education and loss of the game, and people just need to understand some of these things. Very, very important for us because one, in issues of confrontations, there are procedures to manage confrontations. That's one. Two, I'm sure Musti don't also know that when you demand for a card, when you request that a referee issues another player a yellow card, you get a card for it. It's a questionable offense for you to request for you to demand for a yellow card. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, for retaliation, the referee is just too nice to have given him a yellow card. For retaliation, is red. Do you understand? So, but sometimes you see, now there are considerations, but as humans, everybody has their own managerial skills. Yes, in refereeing, game management is a top asset that you must own. The referee on that day tried everything possible to manage everybody at that level. Now, because you begin to understand the fact that this is a tournament where you pick 2 yellow cards, you miss the next game. Where second yellow could just end the tournament for you, could be the end of the tournament. And when you see some referees there are things we call warning. There are things we call open warning. There are things we call that you come with this aggression. You see sometimes you're like, why is the referee being aggressive? No, it's the nature of the offense you've committed. The referee is trying everything possible to bring him down from a yellow card to a warning, so they come aggressive. Just for you to understand. But people don't understand some of these things. You see, like, this referee is calm. If the game is because games are of different degrees. So if a normal game that everybody understands, this is no, not even a friendly competition. There are competitions that you see, a player brings a leg, you be mine not to. But there are games like the game that is going to happen on Saturday, Nigerian Cameroon game. It's going to be physical. You understand? Because there are history between these teams. You will find out that the referee that will be in that game will not come with smiling face. He will come with that angry face because he has to put everybody in their cage. Else, the game will get out of his hands. You understand? So people must understand some of these kind of situations. Management, every referee comes with a level of management based on the degree of the game.
All right, we have another caller. Please, hello, welcome to the show. Mr. Obinna from Kano, welcome to the show. Speak on, we can hear you.
Thank you. I am Venerable Obinna calling from Kano.
Welcome to the show, sir.
In regards to the discussion that is ongoing, Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau match, honestly, I understand what our brother is saying, being a referee, trying to defend. But to be honest, that female referee that officiated Nigerian match was very biased. Can I tell you the truth? We Nigerians must be honest to ourselves. Any person who wants to be realistic knows that there was a politics, football politics, to favor Guinea-Bissau, possibly to draw Nigeria, or make Nigeria lose that match and go over, could possibly qualify. So the referee was purely biased against Nigeria. A little challenge, he issues a yellow card. This people will take up a serious tackle against Nigerians. She will look the other way around. Not one, not two, severally. What are we talking about? So I will not be happy when we are also working against ourselves, not telling the truth to what is done to us. In that match, God not favored us to win. But from the referee and CAF, they wanted Nigeria out of that competition, possibly to favor Cote d'Ivoire. Let's be realistic. We watch football, so we know what the game that is going on. It is politics, but God favored us. If God hadn't favored us, by the actions of the referee, we have been out of that competition. Thank you. That's my humble opinion and candid contribution.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Gentlemen, we'll continue to dwell on this.
But there's a point I want to point out. You understand?
Right.
You know, it's just like when there is a case between you and somebody, you will look at your own positives.
Yeah.
I also always want to find the fault of the other person. The penalty that Nigeria got, I have read a series of comments, opinions that the penalty. Nobody's talking about that the penalty is soft.
That's
The penalty we got against Ivory Coast. Nobody's talking about it being soft. But if that same penalty has been awarded against Nigeria, everybody will talk about it. Everybody will talk about it. Do you understand? Everybody will talk about it. See, at this level, yes, there could be politics. I'm not sure there is at this level. But anybody that thinks that is politics, why are we not playing the politics? If anybody thinks that it's politics at this level of competition, I doubt if that is politics. Do you understand? Because if there is politics, what is Cape Verde and Mauritania bringing on the table? Because before now, we've seen instances where people say Nigeria qualified because Nigeria will bring fans to the stadium. So CAF and FIFA at a point wanted us to qualify because our people are going to go to the stadium or will attract people to the stadium so they will make money from gate takings and all that. So what's Cape Verde and Mauritania bringing on the table? Do you understand? So these are some of the things that people need to, when it favors us, it's okay. When it doesn't favor us, it becomes cheating on us, yes.
All right, so thank you so much, Mr. Promise.